Welcome back to the show, everybody. RWBY Volume 6, Chapter Number 6, Alone in the Woods. Well, there you have it. That's a nice, convenient way to move the plot forward. Solve all of your problems, point the proper fingers, and set things up that should have been, blatantly obvious from the beginning. Well, let's see. Let's count bodies here. Let's make sure that we understand what we've accomplished here today. The reason why everyone is feeling like shit, the apathy. Okay, so plot reasons, throw that away. Let's explain why Maria exists. Well, you need to teach RWBY how to use her mega optic blast with her silver eyes because something about Cyclops in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for some reason. I was going somewhere with that, but no. Wife, shame on you. You were not supposed to set Ninja Turtle Part 1 house on fire. Now I get it. It does serve the same plot purpose as it did in that movie and also in the comic book in which it was adapted from, of understanding that this is a place where you lick your wounds, get over yourself, and do that. And then Part 4, we go back to 1, 2, and 3. Oh, and 5, Uncle Crow's drunk as fuck because that's the thing that's got to happen because we're still dealing with the world is on the line and all of that responsibility falls on your shoulders. But let's examine the bodies though. Let's examine the bodies. We'll start with the apathy. We'll start there and work our way around somewhere. Given that information, it's wild to know that a Grimm works that way. At the same time, when you introduce Maria's actual plot relevance into the whole thing, and understanding of, you wondered this whole time, like, what was Silver Eye's optic blast really going to be for? Because for a while, it's like, I just had this sneaking weird suspicion that was a thing that was thought up, but we really had no way plot forward to deal with it. So you bring us an enemy that's only weak to your Silver Eye's optic blast. That's generic storytelling, at least when it comes to Heroes 101. If they have a new power, you need something for it to get over. So yes, the apathy is the perfect thing to get over. The thing is that this ain't the end of that in any way. An understanding of how you're going to deal with this issue and problem of Silver Eyes. So, yeah, that was intelligent. So let's just sit that over there in the box. Uncle Crow's drunk as fuck. Well, how do we deal with that? Let me see. Give me a second. How do we explain that? Wait a minute. I got you. Uncle Triple got you. I got you. Look, it's understandable that Uncle Crow wants to hit the bottle. We've explained this the past couple of episodes now that while drinking your problems away ain't the proper way in which to solve your problems, I get it though. Justification not needed. Everything you knew was a lie. All the decisions you made when you were told a lie have been technical lies. You and your sister have been beefing for no reason, and all the myriads of other problems you have because somebody failed to tell you the truth. So yeah, that'll drive anybody to go sit up here and sip on that scissor. So Uncle Crow, I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? I just want the streets to understand that, maybe not drinking your problems away, not the best thing for you, but in a box, your justification. What else was on that list? Weiss committed arson. We can just sit that in a box because, hey, the apathy box. So, Maria, if it wasn't painfully obvious, that was Maria's function when we first randomly met her after a train got knocked off the track. Well, now you know. Because again, like I said, you weren't just gonna have this character just wandering around with the crew and not have a reason for being, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it was kind of sort of painfully obvious that that's what it was going to be. But I didn't make those judgments towards the writing or the show itself. You do you so, and then you bring it to me, and then I regurgitate it back to the streets. And all I got to say is that it should be interesting to really, because now there's going to be a whole episode dedicated to why she's sitting up here wearing these goggle eyes. Oh wait, no. I'm guessing the analog of Professor Xavier made those for her because every time she takes those things off, she shoots optic blasts of silver beams and jet. So more Marvel vs. Capcom references. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't take off those shades. No, wait, sorry. Wrong reference. Oh, I meant X-Men Evolution. My bad. Like, yeah, Cyclops tore up that whole football field. Like, you gonna take off your eyes, boy? No! What happened? Nah, man. Yo, Xavier wiped your mind, homie. You didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? Something, teenage angst, something, rogue, something where X-23 came from, X-Men Evolution, blah. I'll put that in an X-Men Evolution box because, you know, we could deal with that some other time. Here's the thing. Because while a lot didn't get accomplished, there was one very important thing that we didn't mention in a box, which gets its own special playing box. The lead up to everything else that happened in this episode. Before there were things dropped down a well. Before Maria knew what was going on, reading books, because reading is fundamental, children. Understand this. Even if it wasn't the apathy driving what it was these people were saying and how they were feeling and why, there was a lot of truth to it. Because here's some truth. Like, you know this. A lot of times, because your filter is off when you are in a certain feeling, that's what that was. Because it was the truth. It was how they were all really feeling, even though we already knew. Like, the simple summarized of what everybody say, this some old bullshit. Why we got to do this? Why do it matter? Drop it down a well, it don't matter, whatever. I can understand that because, again, we have spent the past couple of episodes examining the justification for why characters are doing what they're doing. So it's no different when you have to sit up here, understand, know, and explain and figure out, like, this responsibility that you thought was this is now something a lot more convoluted than what you thought you signed up for. Which was a point indeed made by Blake. So, in that yeah, you have all the justification to feel how you feel. Grim induced or not. Because when you really think about where we've gone so far this season with the truth that's been told, would telling the truth have changed anything? Don't know. It's something I thought about before I got on the mic. If we sit up here and we think about where we've gone, and those who need to be in the know need to be in the know, would have known the truth before that point would have legitimately changed anything about the ultimate outcome and result? I don't think so. Given the 4 women we're talking about, and Uncle Crow who's currently drunk, and Oscar the Niglet farmer who'd rather be farming niglets than have some dude in his head who's been reincarnated throughout time, because that's a real problem you gotta deal with, would have knowing the whole truth back at the beginning of all this, back when RWBY was fighting Roman Torchwick, would all of this have mattered? Would it have changed anything that any one of these 4 ladies would have done? Would Weiss and Blake would have gone home? Hell, if you want to flip it, like, would Yang have got her arm cut off had she known the truth about the state that the world's really in? Would there be someone to get double axe handled by his ex-girlfriend, made to take a massive fucking L to not only himself but his character development? You have someone who's extremely angry for no reason, but she was extremely angry long before there was a truth to be told. Then you got the people who said up her who are legitimately shook at her and scared of her, and if they would have known the truth, would they have done any different? Who knows? That's the thing. Would have known the truth about the state the world you live in is in, for real. That think about it. You have this outside layer of the man who we know as Salem is running show all day. That's the mask the world lives in, and the bad guys are trying to stop her. But they trying to stop her, but don't know why you're doing a thing for real other than, well, it's the right thing. Well, understand it's a lot more than the right thing now, because the right thing is that you're going to save the world from the guys that are come back and going to judge you for either being shitty human beings or being shitty human beings, but find out what side of the shitty human being scale you all fall under. Would have knowing the truth about what's really hood mattered? Probably not. Given that after Ruby sat up here and was trying to fight against what the apathy was making her feel, even though they were her feelings being drawn out to the forefront of understanding that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of this bullshit, would have known the truth at that point, even then, would have changed what you would have known. No. They are who they are. But in this, the good thing that came out of this, which I think is the most important for character development in this instance, is you came out better than it was that you left. And we ain't even talking about Maria being a original white-eyed Cyclops here. We ain't even talking about that. We talking about the gain and understanding that Team RWBY now has of their situation. That it was one thing when thick-ass Jen came out that bottle and told you the truth. That's one thing. There's another thing entirely. When you know that truth at that point and you still just like, fuck the world, but then realize that it ain't that simple. It never is. It is never that simple as middle fingers to the game. It's never that simple. Because if you was already knee deep in it, you might as well start what you finish. And that's where we are right now with these characters, because again, you had something to draw what they were really feeling, like legitimate, like and it's like, again, like I said, would have known the truth changed something? Probably not. Would the apathy being around drawing those feelings out would have changed what it was that they actually legitimately felt? Like, this is bullshit. It don't matter. Fuck the world. No, because that's what you feel. Being put in that position, and it's like, and again, like I said, the past couple of reviews, we have been discussing the magical points of justification of understanding why things are done. The justification is you still gonna do what the hell you was gonna do in the first damn place. You're gonna do that. Because that's who you are as a person or anything like that. That's just the way it is. Somebody's gotta do it. That responsibility falls squarely on you. You could ask what's going to happen in the future when they meet up with the rest of the squad. So like, yo, you know what we heard from this thick-ass genie? The world is fucked, but it's okay. Or something. These things made us feel really well, but we got things. Oh, when this old lady can shoot optic blasts from her eyes that are silvery. So, yeah. Great episode all in all. There's probably going to be a lot of backstory, mainly when it comes to Maria and her silver eyes and things like that, and trying to really find out what really happened at that farm. I really think the show did a good job of understanding what happened at Ninja Turtle farm, but, you know, it's going to be a lot more to it than that, and probably that's going to probably run into the whole backstory, but we'll see. Regardless of all of that, we've got more show for you. I'm the one and the only the triple the G.O.D. Right here live on Team GRF TV, and all I can ask you is to sit back, relax, and stay tuned. You know we got what you need right here. We always do, and we will have plenty more and then some after these commercial messages. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We will have more shows for these commercial messages. Amazing episode, man. RWBY keep killing it regardless. I wonder what's happening with Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. We thought we'd have got some news by now, but you guys don't worry about that. More show after these commercial messages.